landlord. She was clever with her hands. Only they were pretty weathered by now. Yes, the hands too. The foyer, with the mottled brass wall full of mailboxes and discreet push-buttons for the tenants, and the grill of the house phone that had never worked since they moved here, and that massive brass plate solidly concealing the electric lock, which for years he had opened with a blow of his shoulder, never breaking stride. And get closer, closer, because it is so important to remember. Nothing remembered is important. It's remembering that matters. You can. You can. The steps from the ground floor had old-fashioned nickel-plated nosings over carpet worn down to the backing, red fuzz at the edges. Miss Mundorf taught first grade, Miss Willard taught second grade, Miss Hooper taught fifth. Remember everything. He looked around him, where he lay remembering in the silver light. The soft walls were unlike metal and unlike fabric, but rather like both. And it was very warm. He went on remembering with his eyes open. The flight from the second floor to the third had the nickel nosing too, but no carpeting. And the steps were all hollowed, oh, very slightly. Mounting them, you could be thinking about anything but that clack-clack as a change from the first flight's flap-flap put you right there. You knew where you were. Charlie John screamed. "Oh, God, where am I?" He unfolded himself, rolled over on his stomach, drew up his knees, and then for a moment could move no more. His mouth was dry and hot inside as pillow slips creasing under Mom's iron. His muscles, leg and back, all soft and tight-tangled like the knitting basket Mom was going to clean out someday. Love with Laura. Spring. The lights with 61. The shoulder on the lock. Up the stairs. Flap, flap, clack, clack, and surely he could remember the rest of the way because he had gone in, gone to bed, gotten up, left for work. Hadn't he? Hadn't he? Shakily, he pulled himself up, knelt, weakly squatted. His head dropped forward and he rested, panting. He watched the brown fabric of his clothes as if it were a curtain, about to open upon unknown but certain horror. And it did. "The brown suit," he whispered, because there on his thigh was the little rip, and under it the small, hurtful bulge of the checkered bruise, to prove that he had not dressed for work this morning, had not even reached the top of the second flight. Instead, he was here. Because he could not stand just yet, he hunched around, fists and knees, blinking and turning his unsteady head. Once he stopped and touched his chin. It had no more stubble than it should have for a man coming home from a date he had shaved for. He turned again and saw a tall oval finely scribed into the curved wall. It was the first feature he had been able to discover in this padded place. He gaped at it, and it gave him nothing. He wondered what time it was. He lifted his arm and turned his head and got his ear to his watch. It was, thank God, still running. He looked at it. He looked at it for a long time without moving. He seemed not to be able to read it. At last he was able to understand that the numerals were the wrong way round, mirror reversed. 2 was where 10 should be. 8 where 4 should be. The hands pointed to what should have been 11 minutes to 11, but was, if this watch really were running backwards, 11 minutes past 1. And it was running backwards. The sweep's second hand said so.